Hello again, guys. Sorry, I needed to take that phone call. Yeah. So as mentioned, Emery, Lurker of the Lock, affinity for artifacts, so my artifacts can help cast this card. And when she enters, mill 4 cards and choose target artifact in your graveyard. You may cast that card this turn. Yeah. So pretty good. And I left my phone on flight mode now, so we won't get interrupted again. Kappa Cannoneer. Also, okay. So what is improvise? Improvise, is it the same as affinity for artifacts? Oh yeah, you have to tap it here, and here you don't have to do anything at all. Okay. Okay. Right, and this costs. Okay. Great. Whoopsie daisies. Okay. Ward 4, and whenever this creature or another artifact you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. It can't be blocked this turn. Really cool. This is cool. I've seen it many times. And you can have it enter as a copy of artifact or creature on the battlefield, except as an artifact in addition to its other types. You can't copy your commander though, which is a shame. Pull from tomorrow, really cool. A nice way to draw cards there. Yeah. Ripples of potential. Proliferate, then choose any number of permanents you control that had a counter put on them this way. Those permanents phase out. So it's a nice way to avoid board wipes and the like. Yeah. If you would proliferate twice instead. So remove 3 counters from among other artifacts, creatures and planeswalkers you control, put an indestructible counter on Tekethal. Yeah. And that's flying. It's horror, and it's pretty cool. Swap monitor, really cool. And when this guy enters, I draw 2 cards. Nice. Universal Surveillance, improvise. Your artifact can help cast a spell. Draw X cards. So there's lots of draw cards in here. I wouldn't know that, but that's pretty cool. Chain reaction deals X damage to each creature where X is the number of creatures on the battlefield. Also quite cool. Ancient Witness. Other artifact creatures you control have haste. Whenever one or more artifact creatures you control attack, Albu deals X damage to any target and you describe X, where X is the number of tapped artifacts you control. Also quite cool, actually. Ihura, Weatherlight Captain. Whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. Oh. And that's cool. One of the upgrades for this deck I bought is called just Weatherlight. So she's the captain of Weatherlight then. That's cool. Remove all artifact cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. They gain haste until end of turn. Wow, Jesus. Return, not remove. Yeah. This artifact enters with X charge counters on it. Choose a color. Add 1 mana of that color for each charge counter on this artifact. So, yeah. And this number, this XXX just means if I pay 6, then it means 2. So, I get two mana then. Yeah. So it's an investment for later use. Crystalline Crawler. This creature enters with a +1/+1 counter on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. And remove a +1/+1 counter from this creature. Add 1 mana of any color. Yeah. And you can also add counters to it. Dark Steel Reactor. It's indestructible, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a charge counter on this artifact. When this artifact has 20 or more charge counters on it, you win the game. Nice. So I can proliferate this and win the game pretty quickly, it seems. This artifact enters tapped. Put a charge counter on this artifact and X mana of any color, where X is the number of charge counter on this artifact. Okay. Hangerback Walker. This creature enters with X 1-1 counters on it. When this creature dies, create a 1-1 colorless top tier artifact creature token with flying for each +1/+1 counter on this creature. So there's lots of cool artifacts in here. Lux Artillery. Whenever you cast an artifact creature spell, it gains Sunburst. Oh. Yeah. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 30 or more counters among the artifacts and creatures you control, this artifact deals 10 damage to each opponent. Yeah, that's also quite cool. Lux Cannon. Yeah, and I can use this to destroy target permanents if I want. Steel Overseer. Put a +1/+1 counter on each artifact you control. Really good. So this can grow exponentially. This creature enters with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, create a number of +1/+1 colorless gnome artifact creature tokens equal to its power. Yeah, nice. Time Forge. Put a charge counter on this artifact. Remove 3 charge counters from this artifact. Create a 9-9 colorless golem artifact creature token. And then we have the lands here. Very cool. I'm just going to show them to you. I'm not going to read them out loud because you know the drill by now if you've been watching my streams or watched other stuff on YouTube. This land is pretty cool though. Proliferate, it says here. Also quite cool. Yeah. And with this land, I can create it becomes a copy of target non-token artifact you control with mana value X. Yeah, I have to pay the X cost though. Really cool. Lots of cool lands here. But I can already tell that this deck counterintelligence is already more powerful than living energy. So I'll probably be playing counterintelligence. It seems also more fun to play. Exile target creature, its control gains life equal to its power. Swords to Plowshares. Yeah. Tesserate's Gambit. Draw 2 cards, then proliferate. Really good. Draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact card. Arcane Signet. Add 1 mana of any color. In your commander's identity. Pented Prison. This is new, isn't it? This artifact enters with a charge counter on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. And there are 3 colors in this precon, so remove a charge counter from this artifact, add 1 mana of any color. Okay. I would put this in my maybe pile. I see no use for it, but since this is just an unboxing, I'll just leave it there. Soul Ring, pretty cool. Command Tower, nice. Dispatch, tap target creature. If you control 3 or more artifacts, exile that creature. Okay. And I most certainly do. artifact creatures you cast cost 1 less to cast. It's a creature of some sort. Really cool. Experimental Augury. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library. In any order, proliferate. When this creature deals combat damage to your player, proliferate. Also quite cool. Flying. Artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Put your charge counter on target artifact. Sacrifice this creature. Put 2 charge counters on target artifact. Oh, okay. Etched Oracle. Sunburst. This creature enters with a +1/+1 counter for. Okay. Yeah, so it's a way to draw cards then. Everflowing Chalice. Okay. Yeah, I guess. I'm beginning to approach my limit for the amount of mana artifacts I need. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may put a charge counter on this artifact. Remove 3 charge counters from this artifact. Create a 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature token. Okay. Mindless Automation. This creature enters with 2. 1/1 counters on it. Discard a card. Put a +1/+1 counter on this artifact. Remove 2 +1/+1 counters from this creature. Draw a card. So many ways to draw cards in this deck. That's good. I like drawing cards. When this artifact enters, exile target card from your graveyard. Sacrifice this artifact. Exile each opponent's graveyard. Okay. So that's cool. And I can sacrifice, sit and draw a card. Land. And I can sacrifice this land and return target artifact from your graveyard to your hand. It's pretty cool. Land. And this land has indestructible. This land also has indestructible. And this land does not have indestructible. Strange. Okay. Oh well. And there are some basic lands here as well. And there you go. Tokens, Golem, 3/3. We did see that. Token creature bird. Okay, flying. Yeah. Golem. And another Golem. It's 9/9. Nice to see. Gnome. Okay. And a Thopter. Another Golem. Incubator. Okay. And Phyrexian creature token. Incubator. Phyrexian. And, well, also some these are like cardboard. I can take these out and use them as tokens if I want. Or, yeah. And the rule card. Last but not least, we'll open this collector booster sample pack. For those of you who stayed to the end, thank you very much for that. So this is your reward to get to see what is included in here. There's more where that came from. And Secret Lair. Helia, guided by light. Whenever Helia or another creature or artifact you control enters, you may gain 1 life. Well, that's pretty cool, actually. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card if you gain 3 or more life this turn. Yeah. And warp, I don't know what that means. But this can actually be good in this deck, actually, because it's artifacts. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was lucky with that one. Yeah, I should probably add this to the deck just to have some fun. And whenever you sacrifice another creature or artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Lightless Evangel. But this deck doesn't have black in its colors, so I need to use that for something else. Okay. That's it. Thank you very much for watching my unboxing of Counterintelligence. Please consider becoming a member. It really helps the channel, and you get to see me do more of this stuff, and you support the channel in the same time. Thank you to Sam Wall and Big Boss for being members. And other than that, have yourself a really nice day. Take care. Bye-bye.